It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. Coming to you from somewhere in the middle of the ocean. It's a Seaday on the MSC Divina. We've actually come around the corner of southeastern corner of Cuba and kind of going up between the straits between Cuba and Haiti. And now we're probably getting into the area between Cuba and the Bahamas. We're at sea today and go into Ocean Key tomorrow for another lovely day at the private island for MSC. At any rate, folks, welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on February the 11th, 2022. Today is National Latte Day, and until maybe just recently, I wouldn't have given you 2 cents for that. However, I am now have started enjoying some of the specialty coffees. As a matter of fact, I had cappuccino this morning with breakfast. Not as big on latte as I am on the cappuccino, but I'm working at it. So we do have some cruise ships sailing today from North American ports. From Bayonne, we've got Anthem of the Seas, Port Canaveral, Independent of the Seas, Disney Dream, and Carnival Liberty. We do have somebody on Carnival Liberty. I won't mention any names because it's Pittsburgh Jason. West Palm Beach, you got the Grand Classica sailing. Of course, that's soon to be the Margaritaville at Sea, Margaritaville Paradise. Port Everglades, the Celebrity Equinox sails today. Miami, the Carnival Conquest. Norwegian Getaway, Oceana Serena. Los Angeles Long Beach, the Carnival Radiance, and Los Angeles San Pedro, Navigator of the Seas, that I'll be on in April. Headlines today: an earthquake on my farm. What? What's up with the Norwegian sky? Celebrity adjusts the mask policy. AIDACozma christening announced. Australia cruise ban extended again. Leave It joins Royal Caribbean board, and a whole lot more here at 11. All right, if you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast by checking in on my accessible blog, which is accessadventure.net. And the podcasts are posted there every day. You can also find it anywhere where you get your regular podcasts, like TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and the old fat travel guy pops up. Now, quite often when we're out sailing or we've got somebody in the Chillie's Cruises family out sailing, we share pictures and video clips. So if you are watching the podcast or listening to the podcast, and it is one of those days where we're talking about pictures that we're showing on the video side of things, you can always go to the description of the podcast, and there will be a link to the video feed, and you can click on that so you can check out any pictures or clips that we post up. Like, for instance, Kenneth and Robin sailed from San Francisco yesterday on the Ruby Princess, and they sent a bunch of pictures this morning. So that, of course, is the Ruby Princess. Come on, picture it flat. There it goes. The Ruby Princess there in San Francisco. And after a long wait, Kenneth and Robin are going up the gangway. Of course, Port of San Francisco. I've never sailed out of San Francisco. One of the things I'd like to do one of these days. pool on Ruby. I love this picture. Obviously, it's taken down at the pool from an upper level, but look how the city and the hills of San Francisco are in the background. That is just such a cool picture. Robin, congratulations on that one. I found that, I saw that this morning and I said, oh my God, I love that. And that's sports court on the upper deck. That's another pool. That's a pool with the big screen TV. And then, of course, they did get underway. Absolutely lovely ship. I need to spend some more time on Princess. Of course, this is after she sailed, looking back at San Francisco. One of the highlights, of course, about San Francisco, there's a couple when you sail from there. Of course, one is going past Alcatraz. Of course, they went out and did a tour of Alcatraz yesterday. We had some pictures of that. The other is sailing under the Golden Gate Bridge, which has got to be, you know, those of us that love sailing, that's got to be on our bucket list somewhere. And I'm relatively surprised to see how much construction is going on the Golden Gate Bridge right now. I assume that's the construction. I mean, that's what it looks like. But anyway, you can see the ship clears under all that. And gets past the Golden Gate, looking back toward San Francisco. One thing I found interesting that Kenneth is trying to make sure that he gets his value out of the drinks package. So I told Robin that, well, look out, he's going to get drunk as a monkey. And I'm trying not to overdo it on mine. Although I've actually had a lot more to drink on this one than I have in recent cruising in my life. The last two, actually, both of the MSCs, because they had my bourbon, so that helped a lot. And this, of course, Robin, Kenneth decided he had to try a Brandy Alexander since I've been talking about him. He'd never had one, so he had a Brandy Alexander. So, thanks, Kenneth and Robin, for getting me up to date on that. Let's see here. One of the cool things that I never did get a chance to show you, it was a little bit lighter on news today, so I'll flash that up now, was when I did teppanyaki last week. That would be on the seashore. This is what it looks like. Hey.
First day?
Yeah, first day my foot.
Oh, I know.
There. Of course, I volunteered to try that for the Next performance. Yeah, right. So I'll be back with some news, folks. I actually have some news to talk about right after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right, before I get to the news, folks, I did talk to Hot Air Tom today. He finally has tested negative. So that's a good thing. I asked him if he knows anything about the sky. And I'm going to talk about the sky here in a little bit with what's going on with the notice that all the cancellations, almost everything canceled for the next year. And Tom said that he didn't have any information, but boy, it was wishful thinking that Cuba would be back. That would be the right size ship to sail to Cuba as it was supposed to sail to Cuba before, was sailing to Cuba before. I was supposed to be on it. That was one of my cruises that got canceled after the Trump administration cut Cuba out. But the only thing Hot Air Tom, with all of his insides with the Norwegian's been to come up is they're saying redeployment, but there's been no other explanation. I haven't been able to get any kind of explanation on it either. It's just finished a dry dock, so neither one of us think that could be the cause. But I mean, they've basically wiped out a whole year, and I don't see them selling it. Cindy said, is it possibly up for sale? I don't know. This one's kind of a head scratcher for me. So anyway, Hot Air didn't know anything about it either, but at least finally he is tested negative. So, and if you paid any attention to the headlines, folks, a small earthquake was recorded in Bedford County, Virginia, Wednesday evening. The quake happened around 9:20 p.m. in Forest. That's where I'm from. According to the United States Geological Survey, the magnitude of the quake was 2.2. Well, hell, I snore louder than that. The epicenter was 6.2 miles from Forest, 15 miles west of Lynchburg, 107.3 miles west of Hot Air Tom in Richmond. And folks, that puts it right on my farm, or pretty close to it. So I did call as soon as I found out about this last night. I did call home. I said, well, did you guys feel the earthquake? What earthquake? They didn't even know about it. They were said that we were in bed watching TV at 9:20, which is about normal for them, and didn't know a thing. Amanda, she's at a pet sitting at a client's house this week, didn't know about it either. She was totally surprised. So, an earthquake 2.2 magnitude at the farm when I'm gone. Oh well. Norwegian Cruise Line, this is what we're talking about on Norwegian Sky. They sent out a letter to travel partners informing them that most of the 2023 sailings of the Norwegian Sky have been canceled. Cancellations for the Sky sailing do not seem related to any way to still unfolding health crisis, yet the letter to travel partners offered no explanation as to the reason behind the cancellations. The impacted sailings are all sailings from December 30th of 2022 through and including February 13th of 2023, all sailings from February 20th, 2023 through and including April 14th of 2023, and all sailings from May 29th, 2023 through and including December 29th of 2023. So that's everything basically from May on to the end of the year. So you've got 1, 3, what is that? one 7-day window in there, and then one window of about 6 weeks. But no idea why or what's going on. And this is a puzzler. So if anybody comes up with any good explanations, please let me know. Following the lead of sister company Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises has adjusted its onboard face mask policy and will not be requiring masks for vaccinated guests beginning February the 12th. Who didn't know that was going to happen? The day after Royal Caribbean did the same thing. Unless the guests are attending activities in a theater or casino, unvaccinated guests will still be required to wear masks in all indoor areas. Yeah, basically, the Celebrity did the same thing that Royal Caribbean did. Norwegian did the day before. So the cards are all falling now, as with all of the cruise lines going back to much less protocols. So see how that works. Carnival Corporation has announced details for the much anticipated arrival of the AIDACozma, newest vessel of the AIDA Cruises fleet. The ship's official christening will be April 9th, with a never-before-seen light show spectacular followed by a 14-day christening voyage from Hamburg to Palma de Mallorca as the ship heads for her summer season in the Mediterranean. To bring AIDACozma to the world, the ship will explore a diverse selection of itineraries this year. Her first voyages have explored major cities in Northern Europe. Then from April 23rd to October 15th, the ship will offer a voyage from Palma and Barcelona to visit Florence, Rome, that's Civitavecchia, and Corsica, along with other Mediterranean ports. In the autumn, AIDACozma sets course for her sunny winter home port of Dubai, where she will sail 7-day journeys to the magical Orient from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. The strong selection of itineraries will give many passengers the opportunity to experience this amazing ship and all she offers in the true resort-like fashion AIDA Cruises is known for. Good for you guys over there on the other side of the pond. That would be one I'd love to be on if I was over there with you guys. So we'll have to see. While cruise operations have been resuming in the U.S. and Europe and everywhere else, the situation in Australia has remained unchanged. CLIA has now confirmed that Australia's ban on cruise ship has been extended again through April 17th. And this in just this morning, just a few minutes ago, Mike Leavitt, former Utah governor and former U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, has joined the board of the Royal Caribbean Group. Leavitt was a 3-time governor. His federal service was during President George W. Bush's administration. Some of you might remember the name. Leavitt co-chaired the Health Cell Panel, which developed the comprehensive report, including 74 detailed best practices. The recommendations were adopted by the entire cruise industry and submitted to the U.S. Center for Disease Control, CDC, in response to the agency's request for public comment on COVID health guidance for cruise ships. Basically, he was involved with all that initial study that developed all the protocols that have allowed us to get back to cruising and to be able to cruise safely. And as I have stated numerous times since I've been on these 3 cruises, I feel much safer here on these ships than I did at home. So that's the way it is. All right, that's it for news today. So let's jump over to the chat room, see who's with us. Oh, by the way, let's go see. We got to check on the weather on John Nanook of the North. I'm in Nanook of the North. What's you're getting blown away up there.
Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Look at that.
Yuck.
50-mile-an-hour winds and 27 degrees below zero. And this is the third
27
day
below with 50-mile-an-hour wind. That
Don't
makes
even-
the
don't even
wind chill factor
calculate.
185 below zero.
Yeah. Don't even calculate.
No.
It's just crazy. It's just beyond
No.
crazy.
I still want to know when you're going to run outside and stick your tongue on the light pole.
Oh, dude, I'm way past. I mean, I got so few taste buds left already that I got to save them for, Ronnie just brought over some mini croissants this morning. So no, I'm not going to risk that. That happens when you're 7 years old, not 70. You got a zero out of place there.
Okay, I just wanted to get that happen. I did another show last night, and it was excellent. The entertainment on this ship has been just phenomenal to me.
I've always felt MSC has high quality. It may not be what you like in entertainment, but they put a lot of effort into it, and it's real high quality, in my opinion. Yeah.
Really good. I enjoyed it. So, all right. Of course, Ken is with us. Says good morning to everybody. It said it was 77 degrees when they sailed.
Tom is giving me crap. It's not a gastric bypass diet. Tom, these are life size. That's how big these things were. You see here the word mini, Tom, mini. They're like thumb size.
Okay, you must be ahead of me. I didn't get down that far.
Yeah, it's down at the bottom. But
Kenneth wanted to know when I get off this cruise and when the next one is. My next sailing is March the 13th. And then I do back-to-backs on the Meraviglia. And then I do March the 28th. I believe it's the 28th. I go to Galveston and do Adventure of the Seas back-to-back for 9 days. So that's the next 2 trips, actually 4 cruises since they're back-to-backs. Hot Air says better to have breakfast in the MDR cooked in order and hot. Well, I because I enjoyed that buffet yesterday with the omelet and salsa, I went back and did it again today. Only yesterday I ordered a ham and cheese omelet, which was good. And so today I just told the guy, I said, dude, fix me an omelet. Put in what the hell ever you want. You know more about it than I do. As long as you put some salsa on it. So he said, okay, I got you, dude. So he did. So I had a multiple veggie omelet with the salsa.
Veggie. That'd be like 2 then. There was 2 veggies.
I also had bacon and sausage. And then I did see some salmon. I didn't do lox and bagels the whole shooting match. I did get the lox and bagels, the bagel, this lox part of it, and slotted on one of my pieces of toast. So I had a lox and toast this morning with all my omelet and things. Hot Air says, waiting for my future cruise credit on the canceled Bliss cruise. We'll have to figure out how to use it. I have a 25% bonus and a 10% discount coupon that have already shown up on the account. Nice. Not sure how to fit anything. And he asked if I had anything booked other than the Sky in August. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I'm wondering about the Sky. Hot Air and Cindy and I are all sailing together on the Sky in August. So, I mean, they haven't done anything about canceling our cruises yet that early. That's the other cat. Yes, Ace is in the other part of the mansion there. I take it. John and his cats. Carol says, "Good morning. Good morning, Carol. Good to see you." Kenneth said, "Yeah, so I told Robin this morning I'll try the main dining room for breakfast yesterday. I was so tired. I went to bed at 7. I'm sure all the drinks didn't help." Yeah, so, I tell you what, Kenneth, you don't want to try to make that damn drink package pay for itself. I'm not opposed to drinking. I certainly am not opposed to multiple drinks, but do everything in balance. You'll be much happier that way, I'll tell you. I didn't have my Bloody Mary today. I may not at all because I'll probably work a good bit of the afternoon. I'm trying to get my phone back in shape. It got overloaded with all the crap I've done on it. And now it's at the point where it's not letting me take any pictures, even though I have transferred tons of files out, pictures and video clips, and I've unloaded a lot of stuff. It still won't let me use it, so I'm not real sure what's wrong with that. But so anyway, I'll be doing some work this afternoon again. I may, although I don't like to get up there and the crowds, which usually on a Seaday it's going to be a little crowded up on the pool deck because we're in the nice weather here still. I may go up and try to get in the hot tub again today. I did not go back yesterday as I had the day before, but I'll have to wait and see how things go when I get back to the room and start processing. And by the way, I'm back in roughly the same part of the ship I was yesterday, in the kind of the back end of the buffet area. Only today I'm even further back, and discovered that there's a aft deck on 14 I didn't even know existed, because there's a sliding glass door that works right here, literally where I am, although people are walking up steps and then coming into the store. So that may just be access from a lower deck. I don't know. I'm going to have to explore that when I get off the air. Amazing that there's actually an automatic door someplace on this ship that works. Michael's with us. Morning, everybody. Michael, of course, will be sailing on this ship next week. Yeah, the answer to the question that Hot Air asked was my next Norwegian after, that's currently booked, after Sky in August, is the Vloggers Cruise, which is January, I believe it's January 28th of 2023 out of New Orleans on the Breakaway. Amy's with us. Howdy, Amy. Hot Air says, drink lots of latte. Yeah, it's a latte day, so go for it. The wife and I enjoy sitting outdoors watching the water, preferably under roof or cover. Is there anywhere on the Divina to do that? Not around the pool, quiet place if possible. There are plenty of areas indoors looking out, as I'm doing right now. I've been sitting here, well, for about an hour before the show started at 11. So I put a couple hours in sitting right here just looking at the water going by, and I love it. I'm like you, I love it. But yeah, there are some spots that aren't pool directly around the pool. There's deck 15 goes all the way around, and then there's the garden pool, which is at the aft of 15, has its own bar, but has a great deal of area around there. There was some cover, some uncovered, but yeah, you're going to find some places, Michael, for I haven't specifically looked for covered places to sit and watch the water. No, but yeah, there's plenty of places on the Divina for that. Gretchen's with us. Morning, Gretchen. Cindy is here. Tom and Chillie, you should come on the breakaway in April or Epic from Rome in September. I also have the Pearl book in Greece in 2024. Of course, I'll be doing Greece in 2023 on the group cruise with Cruises for Solos, Pete's group. So, and I'm really seriously thinking about catching that one out of Tampa and doing the TA, and that gets into Rome, and then from Civitavecchia to 7-day or to Athens and meet up with the group cruise. If they'll let me book the same cabin all the way across, I may do that. I'm going to call when I get home and seriously look at doing that. So, Amy says, I sailed from San Francisco in 2007, and it was lovely. I had an overnight there on a cruise in 2019. It was heartbreaking. So much homelessness and open drug use. I didn't feel safe. Ooh, sorry to hear about that.
Where was the drug
Sonny's
use?
with us, hot Sonny, down in Mississippi.
Where was her drug use?
In San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. It's getting to be a problem.
Gretchen says never sailed out of San Francisco, but right before the lockdown, sailed around the harbor and under the bridge. Fabulous. Yeah, that's one of the places that I want to sail from, just because I haven't sailed from there before. So you're grooming your cat or scratching?
Well, he
your
likes
cat?
to get scratched, yes.
Oh, he likes to get scratched. Hot Air is looking at Prima Transatlantic for September 23rd.
Of this year?
I guess, yeah.
Wow, I could do that one and still get back in time to do the other transatlantics. So
Gretchen says, congratulations, Tom. Yeah, Tom, we're as much as I've given you hell about it, we're certainly glad that you're back to normal. He was planning possibly on getting in the pool and hot tub today, since he is cleared. Hot Air says, I doubt NCL Sky will be sold. We have a back-to-back booked in 2004, Baltimore to Quebec, and then Quebec to New York. Says, yeah, that's the thing that's weird about it, is to take that big of blocks of cruising and cancel them.
maybe Elon Musk rented the ship as a party ship for the whole time. Maybe he rented it out as a block.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Maybe Elon Musk rented the ship for a party, for an extended party or something.
Yeah, a 6-month party. Maybe that could be. Everybody's talking about Tom's negative test. That's glad to see that. Gretchen says, we've been having 2.3 quakes here, close to the shore of Lake Erie. Only felt it in Lake Country. Oh, I've only actually felt one earthquake in my life, and that was at the farm. And it was actually an epicenter over near Richmond, where Hot Air lives. But I clearly felt that it felt like, rumble strips, only you're standing still. That's the only time I have never been in an earthquake. Don't want to be in one. But boy, I was surprised. I've never even heard of, in the history of that area of Virginia, having an earthquake before. So
the worst earthquake ever in America was in St. Louis.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
That's what made the Mississippi River?
No. But the worst earthquake was in the St. Louis area. There's a giant fault that runs across there. Yeah. It's probably a tickler that goes all the way up to you.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never taken any geology, so I'm not real up on that end of the world. Wouldn't it be great if they were planning on opening up Cuba again? That's why they canceled sailings for the Norwegian sky. Boy, I'd be tickled pink if that was the reason. Holy cow. Cruising is fun anytime. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Glad you're with us. Sonny says, holy cow, John, I must have been over your weather. So Richmond weather is going to be all inclusive this weekend, 60s on Saturday for a nice spring day, and then drop down to low 30s and snow on Sunday. When I'm coming back home. No. I hope you got that wrong. Because I got to fly into Raleigh, and the man has got to drive down and pick me up. I still have to get screwed up if there's snow in the forecast. I'll have to tell her to start checking the weather. Oh, yeah, I see. Hot was referring to that's not gastric bypass diet, your many things. And now I'm catching up finally. Yeah, I hear you.
Mini.
NCL raised prices on breakaway bloggers cruise that Chillie is going on. They raised the prices after I booked it. Well, that's at least I got it booked. That one wasn't a cheap cruise. That I paid extra for that, obviously. But it's that's kind of one of the costs of doing business like this. I need to be in a position to meet a lot of these people. I'm not really sure why, but I just think it's the right thing to do.
They want to meet you, Chillie. You got it backwards.
Say that?
They want to meet you.
Yeah, maybe. Some do. But anyway, there's some of them that I would like to meet, and there's some of them I really don't. I don't care about how they do their business and how they report things, and I'm going to have to keep my mouth shut probably on some of the feelings I have about some of my competitors and the way they do things. But there are a couple of them that I would enjoy meeting. Of course, JJ Cruz is going to be there, and I love those guys to death. I just find them delightful. But then we've kind of become friends, online back and forth since I first met them quite a few months ago now. And Jordan is doing some work for me too, so that's another good thing. So, and I've got one of Tony's shirts on today. I'm looking forward to meeting Tony. And so Tony, I'll fuss with. I fuss with him online some anyway. But at least I don't. For the most part, I like the way Tony does his thing. There's some things that I don't like the way he clickbaits. But then that's he admits that he clickbaits. So I don't know.
The end of cruising as we know it.
Yeah, well,
all ships are sinking.
Yeah, modest don't go for that. All right, Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. How's things down in Dallas? I'll leave March 18th on Celebrity Silhouette, 10-day ultimate Southern Caribbean cruise. Can't wait. Yeah, that's going to be a nice one, Cindy. Cindy says, I was on adventure last month. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got, after I do the Meraviglia, then I think it's something like six cruises in a row are Royal Caribbean. So not any reason other than that's where I was getting the deals, and that's what I booked. Hot Air says we're having trouble using all of the free drink tickets at the embassy suites. We each get 2 per day. I did have 2 double rum punches and a double cranberry vodka. Cindy had 2 double wines. Double is just in a longer plastic cup, about the 7-ounce size. Oh, Hot Air, they're amazing. Not looking at Prima, they're booked for Prima. Okay. Did it on the day one of booking, much cheaper back then. Cindy says, or Hot Air says, Cindy, the source of our COVID silhouette. That's that's not Cindy Lee, Hot Air. That's Cindy Weatherall down in Dallas. It's going on silhouette. So, but Tom, you got that has nothing to do with the boat. It has something to do with the people that are on the boat.
He just called it a boat again. He used the word boat. Oh my God, man.
Yeah,
He called it a boat.
I try not to use boat. No, I don't. I know that you guys fuss at me for calling them boats. Don't care. I know it's a ship. And I don't mean to be insulting to anybody. I just call it a boat. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I've got to go do some work and maybe go in search of the hot tub. I'm seeing some interesting patches of, I guess that's seaweed floating along beside we're in awful deep water for seaweed, though. I mean, what are we, about 1,500 feet here? I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised that, Hot Air says ships carry boats. Boats go under the water.
So the Titanic would be a boat then. Is that right?
Say that again?
The Titanic is a boat.
Well, it went under the water, so I guess Hot Air would make the Titanic a boat. Yeah. All right, guys. That's going to wrap me up. As always, if you're new to this channel, we do this every day, 6 days a week. Travel and Cruise Industry News at 11 o'clock. Please come back and join us again. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing that. Helps the channel out a lot. And, of course, hit the bell notification so you'll get fed up and tired of seeing me every time I go live, or when a new video goes up, you get notified. So that will help us out a lot. All right. You guys have a tremendous day. John, try to stay out of trouble up there in the 50 mile an hour, 30 below zero crap. No. All right, y'all. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully we'll all meet on the high seas real soon. See you guys tomorrow. Have a terrific day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.